contract company, are they required to have their DOT physical?
Yes. The company I work for.
So hold on just a second. Hold on 1 second.
Because of how many people.
What's going on back here?
Me? I'm sorry. I've been with the state for 40 years. Had a CDL that long. I had strictly a government CDL, which does not require a CAP card. But I cannot go to work for somebody else with a license because it's government owned.
And I did not make that clear, but that's what I was explaining.
Okay.
And I think that's what they're talking here. Am I correct, sir? Is that what it sounds like? Does that sound like what she's talking about here in this contract?
Yes.
That's what I was thinking.
If you only have a government, when I retire from the county, then in order for me to keep my CDL, I've got to go to a farm exemption, because I farm. But for the last 4 years, mine's been under government.
So I just had my physical dropped off of my license. I can only do private carrier. But I wasn't sure how it worked working for us.
If it's a government entity, they go
Well,
under the government exemption, and your CAP card doesn't.
Well, then that solves that issue.
Okay, with that, you still have to go through like ACT and all that?
Yes.
Yes.
I got to go through the training.
Okay.
It's a different license, and mine says it's government exempt, so I can't drive for strike.
As far as your DOT physicals and your drug screens and stuff, you'd be ignorant not to do a drug test. Plumb ignorant.
We do those anyway.
But the company I work for, we fall under an exemption because we're so small. We don't have to do logs, we don't have to do random drug testing, which I still think is dumb, but that's the way it is. With a municipality, I think it's a little bit different. If you have 1 guys, if you have 100 guys, I think you are required to drug test.
So
But
it's-
even if you're not, I highly recommend that you do.
So as your government license, do you do the DOT physicals and everything every year?
I do not do DOT business. I am subject to drug
Drug
screens.
screens?
He's probably exempt because of how long he's had a CDL with the physical. But the new guys that are coming in, I mean, yes, I believe they'll fall into that headline. I'm 1 year off and I would have not had to do it no more, but what are you gonna do?
I think when I was talking to Don, he said something about they weren't subject to the DOT physicals either.
That's just for the physical.
Yes, sir. We do. We drug screen already and we do random stuff.
I tell you what, I'm gonna make a motion, we'll go ahead and find the 2 people, with the contract, whether you go to 6 months or a year.
That's up to you guys. I was just.
As far as,
With the cheat sheet that says, I don't want the city to spend $2,000, lose 6 months. I've never seen anything just cheat.
No.
Not this.
I work with $6 grand a pop.
It's expensive.
as far as the cost of the CDO when you get to the DMV and do it, I mean.
That's always been on me to pay for my own CDL.
I gotta pay for my own CDO, you know, and even if they don't have a CDO, they gotta pay for their own Class C license. What's different, Class C, Class B, but a couple bucks.
It really, honestly, that's about it, just a few dollars.
I don't think we should have to incur the cost of them renewing their license after their 5-year or 8-year, whatever it is now. I mean, that should be on them.
I agree.
And the cost of the Class B. Schools.
Was it more just roll-off?
It's a Class B CDL license. I mean, they can roll off, they can do a roll-off. I think we have a dump truck.
No endorsements.
Yeah,
No.
no, it's
Yeah,
No,
no endorsements.
the 3 is all you'll need to take.
Yeah.
Air brakes,
Pre-trip.
and general knowledge.
And I tell you, I didn't have to do this new pre-trip that they're doing, but that new pre-trip, I heard, you know, they ain't walk over and check your lug nuts anymore and shake your steering column. I heard it's gotten rough. So,
Well, on the semi, it's 128 points, and you've got to get 80% or 85% of that.
when I had to do it, it was cakewalk. So,
Yeah, mine was back in the 90s.
yeah, I mean, so I knew it got rough. I just took it off where I didn't have to do my DOT physical, so I'm private.
Okay, so,
So we're in agreement, 6 months, and they pay for their license after the class?
Really, they
They
shouldn't-
definitely should pay for their own license. I mean, I don't think we should incur the
I don't know about a contract, I mean, it says right here that they're gonna work for this municipality if they leave, their license
Well,
doesn't
that's
follow.
probably something that we will have to get on file. That would be on.
Do we have
That's
two
what
people in
this
mind?
gentleman also said, he's been doing that for 40 years, so, but hey, y'all do what you gotta do.
Do we have 2 people in mind?
I think Brian is one, and I think he said, is it Billy? Mike. Mike? Mike. I think they had 3, but I think Brian and Mike were the first 2 choices. If it works out and y'all want to do another one, we can always do another one later.
Yeah, absolutely.
We can't have too many of them. So I'm going to ask for a motion to make sure we get all of this wrote down.
I'll make the motion to send 2 people to CDL class, and also have a 6-month contract. They pay for their own license, we'll pay for the full class.
Do I have a second? I'm sorry.
I'll second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
All right, motion carries.
So we probably need to check with the state and see if that's something that we have to file, or if it's something that comes with this specific type of license, or whatever they require.
You check the government position.
Okay.
And if I read all of this correctly, she's going to go through all of that with them before they ever go down there
Oh, yeah.
through this contract that she has. So, but we'll stay on top of it as it progresses. All right, thank y'all.
It's an 8-year license now.
Let's see. I was just trying to see.
Yeah, kind of when I renewed mine, I think last year.
Okay. All right, number 8, review, discuss, and consider City of Tyler's roll-off service and cost. Y'all have a list of it?
I actually got this one.
All right, good. I didn't screw it all up, did I? So, the reason we're bringing this to you guys is, y'all are aware of the CWS costs on the new contract. As we were going through here, there's some differences. To be honest with you, we're losing money on these roll-offs. We're just trying to get more competitive. We don't want to get up to the same price as what CWS is charging them, but this has been around like this for, who knows, 15, 20 years. And y'all know cost of living's gone up, fuel's gone up, maintenance goes up. I mean, it just goes on and on and on. We have to replace any roll-offs at certain times that, you know, if you're not making any money at all, how are you going to keep offering the service? go through the contract with CWS if you need me to on some of the costs for that.
I know this is cheaper than CWS.
Oh, yes, it is. I'm not asking for us to be charging the same prices as what CWS is. I'm just asking us to get more, competitive in a sense.
What's the difference in the price of theirs and the city's?
Okay, so the city charges $225 for rental fee. That's the drop it off first haul is free. Tonnage not included in the rental fee. It comes to about $243.57. Now, if it goes back out there, we charge them for the second haul, which is $32.48.
No, that's the ton.
About a
The
ton.
haul is $150.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
The haul is the second
Yes,
ton.
$32.48 is just your ton. So CWS, their 20s is $185 per haul. That's really just to set it down. I mean, sit in the yard, fill it up that day. They're going to haul it off and charge them $45 per ton for disposal. If they have it for more than one day, they start charging $8.50 per day. Where we, if I read right, when we drop, they have 30 days with no charge on any days. So do the math there, and
Educate me. What's the deal on the mattresses and box springs?
mattress and box springs, the dumps charge a different rate
Yes.
for,
Really?
yes,
They
just like a
charge
tire.
I'm almost positive they're charging $10 per, or at least that's what it was 4 years ago when I took the mattress over there.
And I would say it's,
It's probably $15
Yeah.
per now.
if not more.
But that's one thing we do need to do to add to this is, per item. On the mattress and box spring, that is a per item.
So you're looking at $30 for a mattress and a box spring,
Yes.
correct?
And that's what they charge the consumer, that's what they charge.
Yeah, that's
when
what
I
they
take it over
charge.
there.
They charge you for each.
Yes.
Yeah.
So on this,
Of course, we already got tires, batteries, compressors, combustibles, consumable. Does everybody know what consumable items are?
What is?
Consumable items,
Like a paint can.
paint cans, aerosol cans, Freon, etc.
Our changers?
They cannot be placed in our roll-offs.
What if,
For $185,
And you only do 30 days,
yes,
we're short of time.
Yeah. 15 days.
yes, container rental is for 30 days, beginning on the drop-off date, and will be removed from the property on whichever it is.
I got a question. Can-
Yes,
On this, and we'll just use 20 yard for instance, it has the first haul fee, tonnage not included in our rental fee. So with that 243, would we add the $32 per
Yeah.
ton at that point?
that's,
Yes.
yes,
Okay.
I think that's how it comes up to 240.
Yeah, that always, you know, in the past, whenever I talked to him about a roll-off, it was, I thought the first load, you know, the way he made it sound, the first load was free, you know, a haul off, of course.
Yeah.
Okay, that makes sense. And I think that's how it used to be, how they were doing it, and that's where we were coming up with, like, it's costing us money to send these roll-offs to the dump. You know, 'cause we weren't charging the tonnage at that point.
See, at CWS, they charge $185 per haul,
Yes, sir.
where we give them the first free, well, the first one is actually included in the fee of $225.
So we can make it a week and then start charging a weekly supplemental rent
Per day.
of what? $30.
by the week, or you want to go by the day?
You can do it by the day and go to, what, $5 or $6, and we're still way under CWS. We're not gouging our citizens, but we're not taking a cut on it either. We're not taking a loss.
I could just, the reason I'm asking this is I could see someone renting it from us, for a week, and, hey, guys, it's gonna take me 2 more days, and then they are done within
I
90
get
days.
it, I get it. Yeah, the daily would probably be more well-received, absolutely, because if
Easier to keep
you
up
need it
with.
for another day, they don't want to have to pay for another week.
Yeah.
So what would we charge daily after the first week?
Feel like $5
$5.
is fair.
That's what I was sitting there thinking too, is $5 a day.
Can I add something?
Yes, sir.
I'm also gonna add that in a 20-yard, I think, when I talked with Tanner, you can put about 10 tons in a 20-yard container. So you're looking at us eating the $32 a tonnage. You're looking at $320 we're gonna eat on that first free dump.
No.
No.
It's just
no,
a
no.
haul fee.
Just a haul fee.
It's not the tonnage.
We just don't charge them for the haul fee on the first haul.
The haul fee is included in their,
We still charge them
Rental
for
fee.
tonnage.
So don't, okay.
See, in the past, how they were doing it, it was supposed to be in the haul fee, but they weren't getting charged the tonnage on that, and that's how I was all, but no, it's, after we take it and dump it, when we have the weight, we get your weight slip, that's how you know how to bill them accordingly to that. That's something we have to, definitely have to let the citizens, customer know for sure, that, hey, there's gonna be extra cost on this versus how much weight we have.
Another thing is do you guys want to split up residential and commercial? I believe we've had 10 commercials out at one time, and they're a weekly thing. So we're dumping we could be dumping every 3 days. So that's going to leave us 4 containers to residential.
Yeah, that's the problem with the 30 days, is that we don't want to put it at a house and it be sitting there for 3 weeks empty, and then finally you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Or we could be using them at that time. So,
I think currently we have 13. We only have here at 13 or 15 containers, but I think 13 of them are commercial right now through CWS.
so if I do this right, $225 is our rental fee. This fee will include the drop-off and first haul fee. For the residents, it's $185 per haul, which is a drop, and then they haul for $185, and then $85, $8.50 per day, $45 per ton. So if I do this right, if y'all charge $5 a day after, 14 days of sitting there? Or y'all, is that what y'all,
I'd say 7.
7?
I really would.
Okay, they got 7 days for no charge whatsoever. At $8.50 times 7, that's 56, about almost $60. That's $20 more than what we're actually charging them for. It's more competitive.
You say they're at $45 a ton.
We're at 32, 48.
I said jump that up to 35, we're still
And
$10
that number's going to change. It's going to fluctuate constantly. I mean, that tonnage charge is what the dump is charging. I mean, I'm sure there's some kind of increase on that. I don't know what they charge per ton.
I think they're at 32.78 now.
There, so we lose 30 cents per ton.
I say we set it at a flat rate of 35. We're still $10 below, and it's still covering the actual tonnage cost.
I agree with that. 35 a ton is a fair number.
Okay, do we want to change the 30 days
7.
to 7? It's a big cut,
Yeah.
but y'all, the other ones,
But we've got to stop bleeding money too. And, I mean, All our citizens realize that.
7 days.
Sure, they could be ready when they call and say, hey, could we get a container? They're ready. Hopefully it wouldn't take them much more than 7 days, and they're only getting charged $5 a day
And then we're gonna charge
after
them
the 7.
$5 a day
$5.
after 7. Are we still good on the hall fee of $115?
I believe so, it's not that far out there.
$5 a day.
And we need to check on the mattress thing, if it's,
$15 per.
Is it still 15?
okay, so,
That's what landfill charges us.
Right.
I don't see any reason to mark that up.
Yeah, that's good.
But I do believe it needs to be clarified that it says per item.
Yes, per item.
Because the way that reads right now is, it's only $15 for the pair.
Yep.
Anything else, guys? Ladies?
I think it looks good.
When's the effective date? Yes.
I'm sorry?
Effective date?
Once we get a Class B driver.
Yes, yeah, I don't mean to backtrack, but just real quick, did they say how long the course was? I didn't see it if it was on there.
2 weeks.
2 weeks.
2 weeks?
Yes,
That's it?
14 days, no, 14-day waiting period.
That's after your class.
So it'll be about a month before he's actually able to be a Class B driver.
Make effective date that.
That works. January 1. We should have somebody able to drive by then.
January 1st?
Richard
Yeah.
can come drive it if not.
All right. I mean, I hold that thought, Vicky. Offered to do this before we went to short trash man, and people wanted to play childish games and didn't want my help. I'm getting into my slow period of the year right now. Where I'm done with my routes by 12 o'clock every day.
The only thing we had to do was,
Somebody needs to
We-
get a truck out the landfill.
we can't just let you drive our trucks because you have to be a city employee to be under the insurance. So it's not like we can just
Take
let
something,
somebody.
And if it sounds like something I will be willing to do, give me a call. If you don't, we're still friends.
There might be
I'll charge you a Dr. Pepper and a can of Copenhagen every call. You ain't gonna get a better deal than that.
It wouldn't help me, I don't do it.
Well,
I do like Dr.
okay.
we could probably do this on a part-time hire, you know.
Probably something to consider on it.
Y'all think about it.
Item.
Let me know.
Okay. Something we can discuss at the meeting next month.
Most of it. He's interested.
Okay. So if I get this right, 20 yards would be $25, $225 for the rental fee. This fee will include the drop-off and first haul fee, tonnage. Not included fee, $243.57
Plus tonnage.
plus tonnage. Container rental is only for 7 days, beginning on the drop date. $5 per day after 7 days. The per ton dump, based on the rates, has now gone up to $35. There'll be a $15 charge per item, mattress and box spring,
Or
per item. Be 30 for both, or if they got 2 mattresses, it's 30. 2 box springs, it's 30. Just $15 per item. Do y'all just want to leave the 30-yard as is, but it also contains to the seven days and everything else? Okay. All right. So,
make it effective January 1st, 26.
effective January So what I need now is a motion.
Make a motion, we accept the change that were made.
One second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
All right, motion carries. We'll get together and make this happen. Number 9, review, discuss, and consider agreement between the Taylor County Precinct 1 and the City of Ty for roads inside of the city limits.
They did make back either.
It was in our last one,
Yeah.
if you want to,
I've seen it like 18 times.
yeah.
Might miss something.
All right, do we have gentlemen from the Precinct 1?
I apologize, I'm used to being on that side of this operation, but with the county, I failed to state my name before I made a comment earlier. Randy Williams, I'm the County Commissioner for Precinct 1, Taylor County. I brought my foreman, Greg Cannon, who has been with us about 5 years. 7? That long?
Town
So-
councils when you have.
7 years, came to us from TxDOT, a supervisor with TxDOT, highly qualified in what he does, and I'm very impressed with his work. But anyway, so we have been dealing with roads and stuff in Ty. All of the precincts actually who have small municipalities in their precincts, and all of us do, try to work with our smaller municipalities and help them, because we know you don't have the kind of heavy equipment we have, and sometimes the resources, and so we try to work with everybody. We've gone through this several times. Market Street, probably 10 years ago, I think we paved Market Street, and Air Base Road. Nancy Moore and I tried for a good number of years. We both served on the Metropolitan Planning Organization, and we tried to get funding to pay for redoing Air Base Road, because we felt like with the truck traffic you were having at that time, I don't know if you are still having that kind of problems, but we felt like we really needed to do lay down on that road, but that's quite expensive, and not money I had and not money Ty had at the time. So we decided to go with a double course of chip seal on that road. The county did it, and you guys paid us for the materials. Typically, we don't charge a lot for use of equipment and man hours and all that. We try to give you as good a deal as we possibly can, and and you pay for the materials that are at our cost. So anyway, that's kind of the way we've done it in the past. We have a mutual aid agreement and have for many years with the City of Ty, and that is so that we can come and help with a few things. I will occasionally send a blade over here, and we will pull the shoulders on Air Base Road, because, as you well know, you begin to see losing your roads little by little, because people don't seem to know how to drive on the causeway. They just know how to drive on the edges of the road, which begins to break off the road, and then that begins to chip toward the middle of the road. Before you know it, you got a mess. So I've been trying to have a blade come over here periodically, and you'll see them out there, mostly on Air Base Road, because it really needs to be a road that you've got a good gravel, amount of gravel on the sides, and so we try to pull that up. And you can just jump in any place you want to, since you're the expert on this. But but for the county to do that kind of work, there has to be, by law, there has to be a benefit to the county to do that. So what we've written into those mutual aid agreements has been water. So we have to use water. We have a couple of tankers. We have to fill them up from time to time. Sometimes when we're fighting fires, sometimes when we're working on roads out in the area. We almost never, well, in 7 years, have you ever pulled water off of their system?
A couple of guys have.
Maybe a couple of times. So we almost never do, because it's quite a ways away from our precinct barn, and we have UCAP's water board folks are pretty close to us. But actually, it will be beneficial. We're having to pay for that, and so it would be helpful for us to be able to use that as part of our mutual aid agreement. So I think Kenny, was it you that we went around with, my foreman and I drove around with, or was it?
Mr. Treadwell.
Okay, Greg, that's what I thought it was, okay. So we drove around, he had some roads he wanted us to look at, and so we drove around, we looked at roads, my foreman with us, and then he kind of put pen to paper, figuring out about what it would cost for us to come in and do those areas. I want to make sure I kind of keep this into some perspective, because I've got about 190 miles of road I'm responsible for. About 60% of those are paved roads. So that means 40% of those roads are gravel roads, and which mean that almost every time you get a rain, we have to go and blade them and that sort of thing. So to do a project for a municipality, we have to have some time to kind of plan that in, even if the municipality is paying for the materials. And so, well, we did that. I think there were 2 areas or 3 areas that we looked at, and Greg put together some numbers for y'all's consideration. I sent those to Greg, I don't know, about a month and a half ago, I think, for your consideration. And I told him just make sure that we have plenty of lead time. Typically, most of the paving we try to do with chip seal roads is in the summertime. You want it to be hot. And so we would be needing to do that during the summer months. So if you guys were to decide that you wanted to do something like that, and you've seen the numbers, and maybe there was only one project. I mean, we had one project that Nancy and I had spoken about several years ago, which was the I can't remember the name of the neighborhood, out north of town off of Spinks Road. There's a small subdivision out there. Yeah, we were going to do some of the roads out there, but as I looked at it, everything around that subdivision is uphill. So all of the rain that falls around that subdivision all comes to the back of that subdivision. And then there's sort of a path of that water is funneled through the middle of that subdivision on over to Spinks Road. The farmer on the other side of that road, of Spinks Road, has done some berming over there, and it has a tendency to back the water up and push the water back. So those drainage areas, I told Nancy, I said, I'm not going to entertain trying to pave those roads until the city has figured out what they need to do about the drainage. Because it won't do me any good to go out there and pave those roads. You pay for the paving of the roads, and then the first rain, that water's sitting on that road just deteriorating. You don't want that. So I want to make sure when I do a project for you, I'm able to do a good job for you. So, have I left anything out?
Let's try to get the fire engine down there at 2 o'clock in the morning.
This will help wake you up.
Y'all have any questions for me?
I don't know enough about what's been discussed up to this point to ask
I
questions.
think nothing's been discussed.
Not really. The reason we're here.
That's why I'm here.
Thompson here. Now, on here you have the rock, is that the base on there?
Yes, that's the rock. Not for the base, no.
That's not for the base.
Base is what you put, and then you drop rock and oil when you put it. So,
Yeah.
correct?
So you're basically doing an overlay.
Yes. Well, first we,
Chip
It's
seal.
only rock over it. It's not gonna be a hot mix.
Yeah.
How costly would it be for us to do the drainage so that the road we're doing good?
Over at Laney. We've had Jacob and Martin over there a few years ago, and it's an extensive amount of money to get that done. There's concrete work involved, it was,
yeah, the road that goes down the middle of that subdivision has a concrete low water crossing. You might be able to utilize that, but,
it holds water right now,
right.
and there's a trailer that sits right on the other side that they're not real helpful with the drainage. The city needs to do some things over there. We're not ready to do those roads yet.
But I have driven around some of the roads. I was checking out the new storage building facility over on Market Street, and they've done a really nice job on that operation there. But right out in front of there on Market Street, there's some big old potholes that really needs to be addressed pretty soon.
I mean, we have Tie-Town down here, which is definitely needing some road work.
Around Ty Post Office is getting pretty holy.
Indian Creek could probably stand the road.
Let's just face it, we got a lot of roads.
We got a lot of roads that need, and we just need.
The only other area I would advise you give some serious consideration is South Street. You have a petroleum depot out there that runs about 200 trucks a day through there. And they're coming out on that's the old Bankhead Highway. I have been dealing with the Bankhead Highway issue for years.
Yes, that concrete road or whatever you want to call it.
Right. And the city of Abilene is responsible for half of it, and you guys are responsible for the other half. TxDOT, I had a meeting with them years ago, and they said, well, we gave that to the county. We actually finally found the documentation when that had actually occurred. Problem is that the county has no jurisdiction to do anything with it because half of it is in the city of Abilene, half of it's in the city of Ty, so we can't touch it. But I had advised them to please either consider fixing it, which would be quite expensive, because really the best way to fix it is going to be jackhammer all that concrete out and remove it and just rebuild that road. Quite expensive. I don't have that kind of equipment. And so what I had told Nancy back several years ago was that maybe the best thing might be to come in there and just put down some base, some class 4 base, and about 10 inches of it, roll it, pack it, and see how long it'll hold up. I mean, it'll be something you'd have to kind of stay after a little bit. But as opposed to going in there and jackhammering concrete out and stuff like that, I told her that would be your next cheapest way of doing it. You don't really want to try to put chip seal down over the top of concrete. It doesn't stick, it doesn't hold up, so.
That's a nightmare over there.
Yeah.
And what's this other one down here on the Base Road? What's the name of that one?
Market?
Really high?
Oh,
There's some work that needs to be done over there before we start doing some roads too, so. Well, the only one we really, I mean, Tie-Town is, what do y'all think? Is Tie-Town a good candidate to get started on?
Yes. Nicky's got the best part of the road right in front of his house.
man.
I'm just asking you guys, what do y'all think? Did y'all drive that?
Yeah.
You remember it? Is it?
Especially the back part of Tie-Town, what's that road?
LaSalle?
No, not the
No.
Like Petro?
It's East and West Street.
Hillcrest. Hillcrest.
That right there is horrible. I mean, it's real
Yeah.
bad shape.
Is that something we can get started with over there? Just
Well, once we start, part of the problem is those roads are going to have to be ground. We'll have to have a BOMAG grinder and grind those roads up, and I don't own one. That's kind of an expensive piece of equipment.
Are you wanting to mill and relay, or you want to mill and haul off?
No, we won't haul
Just
off.
grind it in place and reset it,
Okay.
and then we'd have to go back in and fall and rock it. Fix it.
Bring base in where we needed to raise things up, where maybe it's fallen, it's sunken or whatever. Level the road out before we put a seal on top of it.
If I'm reading this correctly, this was to discuss an agreement between us and y'all, and if I understood you correctly earlier, you donate your time and equipment, we donate the water,
Well, yeah,
basically.
basically. The men, we don't charge you, I can't remember what all you put on the deal, but, I mean, yeah, we have to charge a little bit for equipment use, but mostly because of things like the BOMAG, I would have to rent that.
Do you know what you're looking at for that kind of a charge?
Pardon me?
A ballpark figure on that charge?
BOMAG, I think the last ring was 5,000.
Doesn't take long to do it, though. And once we get started with that, nice big pieces of equipment move pretty quick,
So
so.
we're also responsible for any material y'all bring in.
Pardon me?
We're responsible for any new material, correct?
Yes,
Okay.
That's part of that bid.
yeah, part of the
I just want to make sure we're all clear on that.
And that was just so that you could see some numbers to get an idea
Yes, sir.
of what the cost would be. They may be high, but if you know anything about construction stuff, they may be high, which would be great. We'll do it as cheaply as we possibly can do it. Or it may be a little higher, because you just never know what's going to happen with the price of oil products, so.
Set price on there. Do you have the price?
I got it for each one, and then if you add them together, it's 182,902.
I do know that since, October 1, some of our rock has gone up $10 a ton.
Okay.
And that's usually the rock we use when we sit there.
And all of my vendors at my job, they're going up $50 a load January 1.
Yeah. Yeah. All you gotta do is go over on 277 by my precinct barn and just watch the trucks go by. I've got 4 gravel pits in my precinct, and they are busy all day long, so, yeah.
Try to get from here to 277 at 6:30 in the morning.
I know. Exactly, because that's where they're all going. Yeah.
So Thompson's been talking to Strain and Son, and for the base, they're willing to donate how much?
Last time we talked, it was about 750,000 tons, or
750 tons.
But, I mean, we've already got 250 of it at the yard. We hadn't made time to go get any more. I had talked with them in a while, so just, I mean,
Are we picking it up, or are they delivering it to us?
so actually the county helped us out, delivered it all to us. And we appreciate that.
Have you seen that material?
The base, yeah, it's coming up straight to it, that nice bit.
Okay. And it's okay for us to use, okay.
And we use it all out there because Harmony seems to run out with all these trucks running.
Right. So basically, the process here is you figure out which project you want to do, and we will draft a contract between the county. Part of that will also, they all have the mutual aid thing of that we'll do the work for a certain amount of money and a certain location, and the trade-off for the county is water. If and when we might need water, we can come and pump it off. But like I just said, I'm twice in the last probably 7 years. It's been how long it's taken. But I never know where that's going to go, so.
So what you guys need to do is really decide on what project y'all want to start with, so we can get it to them.
Don't ask me that question.
Which one's the worst?
Indian Creek.
Indian Creek is definitely.
I haven't even heard Indian Creek mentioned tonight.
It's not on.
It's been mentioned once.
Okay.
Indian Creek's hot, Luke.
Yeah, our mayor lives on it.
I've said my job for about a week, and y'all change your mind real fast.
Well, might I suggest,
I mean, it's up to you what you guys want to do with this. I mean, if you want to take a little more time and look at it and have some conversation about it, that's fine too. I'm not at any loss of work to do, so.
Until summer, so.
Yeah,
But we do definitely need to start
we do need to get with
preparing
them, so.
and accumulating stuff and getting everything lined out, get contracts drawn up and signed and.
Get a county.
It's not something we need to sit on. We've been sitting on it too long.
Okay. You have any other questions for me? Or Mark, or Greg?
I don't believe I did.
Any questions, Mickey?
I don't. I appreciate your time.
You bet, no problem. Do you mind if I leave? All the years I've been here, nearly 50 years, I was a juvenile officer out here for about 28 years. And I've never come to a city council meeting, but, so thanks for the invite.
You bet.
We appreciate you being
Thank
here.
y'all.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Oh,
So, just, don't want to table this?
My
Give some time?
suggestion is we table it to our next regular council meeting, gives us time, each of us gives us time to determine where we think it needs to be started at, and then go from there.
Samantha's got to look at possible grants to pay for material.
That'd be wonderful.
So I think that would.
All right, so do I have a motion?
Yes.
Do I have a second?
Table it.
Motion on the table, second.
That's second.
All those in favor? All right, we'll carry this to the next meeting. I'll be thinking about what you want to do.
Yeah, only thing I didn't know that Indian Creek's not even on here. We just gotta get that on.
Obviously, you need to, but hey, I've been trying to get my road done for 20 years now.
Well, we also we don't have anything for some of them in-town roads.
Yes.
I'm looking for a little bit of green.
We don't have any good roads. I mean, the only good roads we have is Airbase Road is probably our best road.
Code is bad.
Coke is bad.
Concho is a pretty good, except for one pothole here, and then the east end. The rest of it's pretty good, I know, because that's where everyone wants to race up and down.
Somebody swear that you said.
Anyway. Yeah, I believe we come in next meeting and, hey, all right, here's a list of bad roads, and then decide where we want to start.
Yep, that's what we need to do. Now, Laney Park over there, we really need to get an engineer over there to figure out how we're going to do that drainage over there one of these days, because, or are they? Over there? Okay, so,
Mickey, is there footage?
There's not a foot.
How many miles does that bid cover, that 182? Is it roughly 3 miles, if I remember right?
It don't say on here. I don't have.
I didn't see anything about mileage.
Map or anything. I think I have in my email though that says roughly 3 miles.
I could have swore it was around 3. And it may have been in the email too, but
we have just a little bit over 8 miles of road in our city.
So when I talked with Greg, when they say 1 mile, that's 1 lane mile.
One lane.
yes, no.
Well, right now, that's what they
Mile
look
of road
like.
is 2 miles of paving.
Does it say on there?
See it?
What does it say? I'm sorry.
It doesn't say, well, just explain it, a mile of road is 2 miles of paving, because that's one strip and another strip. That's what they're counting as 2 miles of paving,
Gotcha.
so.
So if we did it, we've got we'd probably have a little over 16 miles of actual two ways of paving a road. I drove it twice
I
to
think
see.
all of our in-town roads are like, they're not 2 lane, they're 1 1/4.
Yeah, they're not real wide. Okay, so we'll move on. Y'all put your thinking hats on that one.
Thanks, sir.
We'll move on to number 10. Executive session, the council reserves the right to adjourn into executive session at any time during the course of the meeting to discuss any of the matters listed below as authorized by the state of Texas. Government Code Section 551.074, personnel matters, review candidates for the city secretary and interview candidates if they are available. And I believe we have 3? 2? And 1 that came back. So, and I'm sure y'all would like to do your interviews privately,
Any executive session?
executive session. Yes,
May I suggest, before we start that, we take a 5-minute potty break?
sure.
Yes.
We're gonna take a 5-minute now executive session. We'll move on to number 11, which is discuss and consider take action if council comes to an agreement and appoints a city secretary. Do I have a motion right now?
So, we have outstanding, I mean, all three of y'all have well-qualified resumes for this position, and I think the council needs some more time, to kind of review each and every one of you, they'll make a decision on that. I think at this time, probably make a motion to hold up, till December meeting, and then propose the offer in that meeting for the secretary.
Give us some time to get the background checks back.
Yeah.
It gives us 3 weeks, I believe, to. Okay, the motion is to,
Table till December meeting, in the regular meeting.
all right, I have a motion to table. Do I have a second?
Second.
All right. All those in favor?
Aye.
Motion carries. Number 12, call for an adjournment. Make a motion?
Second?
No, I don't make motions.
I'll make a motion to adjourn.
Yeah, second.
Okay. All those in favor?
Aye.
Go
All
home,
right.
run over.
We're adjourned at 8:50 PM. Thank everybody for being
I
here.
appreciate y'all.
Thank y'all very much,
We're gone.
very much.
Thank you, Mayor.
Now, if they pave the Mayor Street, I want the mayor of Bennett Streets to be paved. I'm the mayor.
I just wanted to let you know that I do remember
You remember what?
your son.
Hey, which one?